Hey manifestors, it's Paula with the 411 on manifesting. We are coming to you from Gray's Acres, beautiful space where Spirit in You is located. I just oh hi, there's Stacey. Oh, come here, Stacey. We just kind of finished facilitating a cattail class, and we decided that we're going to come on today and talk about attending your first spiritual workshop or retreat, because Stacey facilitates a lot of classes out here, and we're kind of finding more and more when we do these classes that we're getting a lot of women that come by themselves because they either don't feel like especially if they're on like a new spiritual journey, and they maybe aren't comfortable sharing that with some of their friends or some of their family, so they do come by themselves, and that's sort of when they connect with other people. So yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We just when people come and they're by themselves, they're not sure what they're walking into. They feel a little nervous, maybe sometimes that they're going to be judged, and what a surprise when it's not like that at all. Everywhere you go, people are very welcoming. Like, they're so friendly, and they're so happy to see you.
And I think honestly, when someone kind of first starts their spiritual journey and they start to go to workshops and they start to go to classes, because that's how you learn about it, and you want to be with like-minded people. You don't want to tell some of your old friends or your family about it, because they'll maybe think that you're being ridiculous, or that you're too old for that.
That's just hokey.
Nobody's gonna want to know about that, like those kind of things. So we often don't share that, and it can be a bit of a lonely time when you're going through a spiritual journey and you want to learn with stuff, because you're essentially doing it by yourself, unless you know of somebody who's gone someplace. Like, you could work with someone, or you maybe read something on Facebook or events, and that's how a lot of people find events for that. But watch who you share, your energy with around that, because you don't want anything to squash that. You really want to be able to continue to do these things. And let's talk about the connections that are made at these retreats and classes.
I think it's really cool when you get people who live in the same area and have known each other for a long time, and all of a sudden they end up in the same class, and they're like, I didn't know you liked this stuff. It is so fun.
We had so we taught a cattail class today out here, and we had two ladies come, and they were friends 40 years ago, and they live like 15-20 minutes away from each other, and they haven't seen each other in like 30 years.
So they got to reconnect here. So that was pretty cool.
And when they were leaving, the one says to the other, well, now we can go to things together, and you won't think I'm weird. And the other lady says, and you won't think I'm weird. And I was like, oh, that's just so cute. That's how it happens though. And you find your tribe. Like, you really, really find your tribe in these events. Shine in Manville, that's another one. Shine has amazing classes that a lot of women come to alone. So my very first spiritual class that I ever attended was at Shine.
I went to some down there as well.
So shout out to Vicky at Shine.
Big time.
It was the very first class I went to. And of course, it was a painting class. And those that know me know I'm really bad at painting. If I tried to paint, it looks completely the opposite of what it is. But we were painting bells, and I really wanted to paint a raven on my bell. And it looks like a trash bag, like a black trash bag with a spiky top on it. So that was my painting. But I still have the bell, because I remember going to the class, and I went alone because I didn't have anybody to go with. I didn't know anybody that was into what I was getting into at the time. And I met like that class started kind of where I am now on my journey. It introduced me to more people and to more events and to more things, and it's really quite amazing. Stacey and I were at Mystic Manna's solstice retreat last weekend. It was like a day retreat last Saturday, and we were just talking about how you could pick out who's never been to a Mystic Manna retreat before. You kind of walk in, you're not really sure what to expect. You're on this off-grid ceremonial kind of sacred space. There's all these amazing women, And you kind of walk in, you're like, I don't know,
Yeah,
like,
a little
I don't know,
nervous.
maybe I should just leave. And it's kind
And
of
then
weird.
Leah bounces in.
And then Leah comes in, and then the facilitators come in, and then the classes start. And I'm telling you, by the end of the day,
You're one of
these
them.
women who walked in like this are now dirty foot, barefoot, swinging hair in the wind, singing, humming, just doing this. They've done a complete transformation in like
Planning
6
their
hours.
next retreat.
Planning their next retreat. When can we come back?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, it's very freeing and very changing. And I think if you're watching this and you're a person who might be scared or timid or maybe worried somebody's
Unsure.
going to find out, unsure for it, big one,
Yeah.
is that all of these spaces are safe spaces. And I think that's one of the first things that like Stacey and Vicky from Shine and Leah, they all talk about that. What says here is, stays here. This is a safe spot. And that's very important.
You know what else is really cool? You can ask any question. When I first opened my shop, I would get questions about, how do you know if you're a witch? How do you know if you should do this? And I'm like, I don't have all the answers. And I learned that from Vicky. Vicky said, you don't need to know everything. You just need to know how to find out.
Yeah.
And you need to be a safe place people can ask those questions. Vicky has that. Leah has that. We have that here. Don't hesitate to ask the questions. They're amazing.
You're not going to know.
You don't know what you ask.
And honestly, you can be interested in 30 different things. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So first there was tarot cards, then there was oracle cards, then there was crystals, then there was
Runes.
this. Oh my God, runes. I took a runes class. I was really into runes for a while. I'm into everything.
Tuning forks. And you know what? That's not something you just pick up and do.
No.
Because somebody asked me about them. So I didn't know. So I called Vicky. Vicky, what do you know? She said, you don't just pick them up and learn. You take a workshop and you learn how to do it properly.
Yeah.
She's got a workshop coming up in September. I am going to be there.
Yeah, the first one sold out pretty quick.
Very fast.
Yeah, so they did another one. But yeah, that's, whatever you're drawn to doing,
Yeah.
explore it. How are you going to know if you don't? Maybe you take a class and you don't like it and you figure, well, it wasn't for me, but I tried it. Maybe you take it and you absolutely love it. I absolutely love everything I do. I don't not love anything to do with spirituality. I love all of it. Of course, I am especially drawn to anything to do with plants because I love plants and plant medicine. And yes, Mother, if you're watching, yeah, there we go. So, I'm really drawn to all that stuff, and it's part of my culture and, part of my journey. So it's all witchcraft. It's all witchcraft. It's, people say that those that are into plants, forages, they are green witches. So I myself am a green witch. I make potions and oils and tinctures and all kinds of fun stuff. So really, you just have to find what it is. I mean, follow the pages. Put interested on the events. Doesn't mean that you have to go or commit or anybody's going to reach out to you. All it does when you put interested on an event is that every time that event is updated or they've added something to the class, like contact information, anything like that, that you will get notified. That's all that means. So say you put interested in something and then, a month goes by, you've forgotten about it. And then you're like, oh yeah, they did another post, right? So put interested in all the things and just see what kind of you're gravitated towards. I think that's a big one.
And you always come home with tools and tricks and things so that when you're away from the class, you can look back on that and you can see what you learned, how to do it. Yeah. You can keep it going if you enjoy it that much. You can learn so much more.
Oh yeah.
You don't just sit in a class and they tell you this, and then you walk away and you got nothing. You have what you built. You have paperwork to help you remember. You have tips and tricks, notes that you did. Like, there's so much value.
You get a lot of takeaways from the classes. The class that we had today, every single person that took the class, it's probably their third or fourth time taking one of my classes. I had two ladies travel 2.5 hours from my hometown to actually take a class today. So it's like, not only like I'm super grateful for that. And they're just like genuinely really nice people. Oh. And it was, we were just talking about this, like when you take a plant class, especially a foraging class where you're outside, you get super grounded. right? You're super grounded because you're out and you're mucking around. We were picking cattails, we were dirty, pulling roots, getting the gel all over ourselves, and like we all just were extremely grounded, and it just makes such a nice calm energy for the class.
It was a fun class.
It really, really was. Like, I had
so
such
nice.
a good time.
Everybody, and nobody partnered up. Like, nobody stayed with the person they came with.
No.
They all ended up just kind of like wandering out and talking to whoever was close to them, and, oh, should I grab this? Should I do that? It was really cool watching the bonding process. Like, it's so fun.
And honestly, again, those two ladies that hadn't seen each other in
Yeah.
so long, that just makes my heart like
It
happy.
makes it worth it.
Yeah, it was. I didn't expect that at all. Like, I don't think they didn't expect that, right? So yeah, it was absolutely amazing.
It was cute.
But that's kind of the end of the vlog. But I just do follow the pages, especially like Stacey and Vicky, Stacey Spirit and You, and Vicky from Shine, and of course Leah Mystic Mana. They are all probably, I want to say, the top 3 in our area of spiritual retreat facilitators, that a lot of people really go back, come to their retreats and events and keep going back. And there's a reason why they keep going back, because they're amazing. So get on those pages if you haven't already. You can put the little tab down there with the arrow into events, see what they're hosting, and yeah, just follow the pages so you get, you know, an idea about it. And if there's anybody out there that wants to go to something and they're just not sure about it, you know, you get a hold of us too.
Oh, yeah.
We'll either go with you
One of
or
us is
we
going for
will
sure.
yeah, partner you up with somebody if
Yeah.
it's something you don't want to do. I just would hate for anybody to miss out on any of these classes because of fear. And I get it too, because I was like that too. So,
But we
yeah.
have amazing people that have started their spiritual journey by taking one class.
Yeah.
And they're like,
We get to
this
watch
is
it.
fun. And the magic is real. And so, yeah, they come, they do a couple more, they start bringing their friends.
Yeah.
And then the word gets out, and it's so fun. It's so comfortable. And yeah, we laugh a lot.
That's and that's how you find your tribe. That's how you find your tribe, man.
Yep.
You know, come
We have
to
one
these
lady,
things.
she has her dog people. She's
Yeah.
building her woo-woo people. You know, like, it's fun.
Yeah, but collectively we all get along and hook
Very
up for
nice.
these classes, and they're a super great time. So thank you Stacey,
Thank
for
you.
hosting another video with me. And yeah, thank you for watching. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Don't forget to like and share this video, and comment below if you you know, if you even know of any retreats or spiritual classes going on in your area and you would either like to promote or even just share it,
Or you want one.
or you want one, you're looking for something else.
Something's not out there.
Yeah, send a message on there and let us know. We'd love to accommodate anything we can. So have an amazing week, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. And if nobody tells you this week, I love you. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.